Our mural is designed off of a piece by Piet Mondrian called Composition 2 in Red, Blue, and Yellow, created in 1930 according to the website pietmondrian.org. The first painting is The Scream by Edvard Munch, painted in 1893 according to the website edvardmunch.org. One massive historical event which influenced many aspects of modernism was World War I, which was a global conflict mainly fought in Europe between 1914 and 1918, according to a website by the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. The disillusionment created by World War I also led to a new art movement called Dadaism. Before most mocked materialism. An example of Dada art is Marcel Duchamp's Prelude to a Broken Arm, created in 1915, according to the website theartstory.org. Modernist writers include James Joyce, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and Virginia Woolf.
So a piece of artwork we chose is Bird in Space by Brancusi, and it reflects Futurism, which was a growing art movement which rejected tradition and anticipated the future and machines. If you look at the sculpture itself, you can see that in the sleek lines in the design and how it emphasizes speed. And Futurism is actually reflected in literature as well. For example, Brave New World by Huxley, that was written in 1931 within 3 years of Bird in Space. And in Brave New World, you can see, obviously, the technology and the technological advances in it. And both the art and the literature is reflected in the real world, obviously. Between the two world wars, there was a huge amount of technological advancements. A piece of artwork that we chose is The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. And this piece also reinforces the idea of dreariness and decay with the drooping, melting clocks. The darkness shows how people were disillusioned after the First World War. Some other literature that we chose is The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka and A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce. And Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man is actually a very important piece in the modernist movement, as we know that James Joyce used stream of consciousness to write most of the novel. And because of this, you can kind of see how writers were moving away from romanticism and looking for new ways to express themselves and the world around them.
In addition to all these works of literature, we decided to incorporate Ulysses by James Joyce and To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. These two pieces were very influential in the writing styles that emerged during this time. As mentioned earlier, World War I was being fought, which influenced many poets to write about the war. One of them being Siegfried Sassoon, who wrote Suicide in the Trenches. The final stanza of this poem goes, "You smug-faced crowds with kindling eye who cheer when soldiers' lads march by, sneak home and pray you'll never know the hell where youth and laughter go." Sassoon wrote this poem after his time he fought in the war. During the battle, he was an upper-class officer, but eventually he opposed the war, but he never lost the admiration that he felt towards the soldiers. Lastly, we want to inform you that this music that has been playing in the background is Bolero by Ravel. And according to NPR Music, this was composed in 1928 and became one of the most famous musical pieces in modernism. Thank you for listening. The last minute of this is just music from Bolero.